Hey guys, I'm Alysha and today I have a really exciting tutorial for you. So today we're making a top that Kim Kardashian wore twice actually. I think that she wore it first last summer. She wore it in blue first and then in like this kind of gold bronzy thing. And I made it right at the beginning of my crochet journey, so it's a pretty simple one. There's a couple of elements that we're gonna make, but I'll walk you through it. It'll be nice and simple. Make sure to check me out on Instagram and TikTok, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment or send me a DM. All right, let's get into the video. So we're gonna start with a slip knot. Put it on your hook and chain 4. Insert your hook into the very first chain, make a slip stitch, chain 4. This is going to represent our first triple crochet. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, and now we're going to do a triple crochet, so we're going to yarn over twice, insert into the circle, that was our triple crochet, and now we're going to do 3 double crochets, and the last stitch we are going to do another triple crochet. And now with this little string at the bottom, you can pull it tight, and we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that represents a triple crochet. So now in that very first hole, we are going to put 2 double crochets. And now we're going to, in the next 3 stitches, we're going to put 1 double crochet in each slot. And now in this top point, we've got a whole bunch of stitches to put in there, so we're going to put 2 double crochets. And in the same hole, we're putting a triple crochet, so yarn over twice. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then 2 more double crochets. And so in the next 3 stitches, we're putting 1 double crochet. And in the very last hole, we're going to put 2 double crochets. And then 1 triple crochet. Chain 4. Alright, so you're seeing it starting to form. So I'll do it with you one more time. So that chain 4 represents a triple crochet, so now we just need to put 2 double crochets in that same hole. And now we put 1 double crochet in each of these holes up until the very top point. So now we're at the top point, so we're going to put 2 double crochets. a triple crochet, and then 2 more double crochets all in the same hole. And then just regular double crochets all the way down until your very last stitch. And in that very last spot we are putting 2 double crochets. And then a triple crochet. Chain 4. Okay, so you're starting to see it form now. So you've got a triple crochet and then 2 double crochets in that first hole, but remember your chain 4 represents that triple crochet at the start. Regular double crochets all the way up to the side. Then once you get to the top, you're going to put 2 double crochets, 1 triple crochet, then 2 double crochets, double crochet down the side, and then 2 double crochets and 1 triple crochet just to end it. You're going to keep going around and around and around until you have enough to cover from one side of your rib cage to the other on your front side. I don't know if that made full sense. So from like here all the way around to like here. So I have completed 12 rows of this triangle, and now we're going to start building upwards so that we have enough to cover our chest. I'm thinking around 8 rows, but I'll show you how we get this done. So at the end here, usually we would chain 4, but instead we're going to chain 3. And we're going to be working on the hypotenuse of the triangle, the long side. And we're just going to make double crochets down the edge. We don't have any defined stitches, so I'm just going in wherever it feels natural. There are like little spaces for you to go into. So just try to get a good feel. Try not to stretch too far across between stitches, or it will become more like cinched together, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to keep going across like this, and I will meet you at the end of this row. So we've got our first row of double crochets across the top of this triangle, and now I'm going to chain 3, flip my work, and just continue on doing rows of double crochets till we have enough to cover our breast. I think I'm going to do 8 rows, but I will show you when I get there. Alright, so you just finished doing your little rectangle part. I did 8 rows, and you might be wondering, oh my god, Alysha, you went so far ahead. No, I'll show you how to do this. So we're going to do it in a couple of parts. We are going to start by making this. This is a strap. It's only 5 stitches around. We're making a strap that goes all the way to the back. And then we're making our back panel, which is another rectangle. Sorry, there's just yarn all over my room. Then we're going to sew up the sides and make our armhole. And then after we'll add our loops. So it might seem like a lot right now, but it's actually simple once we go through the steps. So you may already have your yarn attached to one side. Use that, absolutely. But I'm doing my second side. So I'm just putting my yarn on I just made a slip knot and added that to my hook. And doing a slip stitch, chain 3, and putting a double crochet in that same hole. If your yarn is already attached from doing like this rectangle part up here, then you can skip that step and you can just start doing 20 double crochet. So that was 1, okay, so I did only 20 stitches. We're not going all the way across the row, only 20. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we are only going to do 5 stitches. Okay, they have this little protruding thing. We're going to chain 3 and just keep making 5 rows over and over again. So we're going to continue on making these rows of only 5 stitches for as many rows as it takes to get to the top of your shoulder. So this is where like your breast will be. You can have a little bit of cleavage or covering, depends on what you want. I like showing a little bit of cleavage, that's just me. And then I did 19 rows, I think, to get up to the shoulder, and then there's something that we do for the back panels. So I'm going to continue doing those rows. Do as many as you like, but I would suggest finishing on a row that your stitch ends on like the outside. So when I'm looking at it like this, I want my stitch not to end on the left side, on the inside. I want my stitch to end on the right side. But if I was working on this side, I would want my stitch to end on the left side. Okay, makes sense? Kind of, hopefully. All right, so I'm gonna meet you there. All right, so I finished my 19 rows, and see how I finished on the right side, which is the outside. Now what we're going to do is chain 17. So you know how we did 20 stitches on that first part here? Now we're going to make a piece that will go up to the same length. Instead of making it 15, which is the amount of stitches here, we need a turning row. That's why we're doing 17. So all right, and then we are going to insert our hook and make double crochets all the way down it. And this is the start of our back panel. Alright, so now that I'm back at my strap, I'm just going to continue doing stitches like normal. Alright, now we've got this kind of L shape, and chain 3. So now what we're going to do, pretend that this is your shoulder, we are going to continue doing rows on this back piece until we have enough to cover all the way down here and to the bottom of here. So in theory, it should be 19 rows, 20 rows, 28 rows. Right, we're just trying to match straight down. So should be 28 rows, and we're gonna go all the way down here, and I will meet you when I've done those 27 more rows. So I've got my panel done, and I wanted to make sure to end on a row that's also on the outside. And so now I'm going to fold it over, make sure that nothing is twisted, and line up the end of that square panel with your rectangle part that covers your breast. So we're going to line it up at this corner. At the end here, I want to make sure to chain 2. So with these two lined up, I'm just going to insert my hook into both sides of the panel as well as that front piece and make single crochets up the side. So now that I have reached the end of like that front panel where your breasts go, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to start making double crochets all the way around. So this is going to be our armhole. I know it looks all like jagged and weird right now, but it's going to round out and make a good armhole. So I'm going to put a double crochet into every stitch, going all the way around. These first ones are very simple because I have defined stitches, but as we go around there's some parts that don't have defined stitches. So we're making double crochets all the way around, going up here, around this corner, and then back here, and I will meet you when I get back all the way around to the start. Alright, so we've gotten back to where we started on that sleeve. We did one loop around, and some people might tell you to do a slip stitch and chain to start a new row, but I like to live on the edge, so we are just going to continue on so that there's no seam there. So you're going kind of like in a spiral pattern with no stops. But a helpful tip, so you know what row you're on, you can add a stitch marker, or you can add a piece of contrasting yarn to mark where you started so you know where your new row starts. I often use a paper clip too, but I can't find any right now. But yeah. So we are going to do one more row of just regular double crochets around the sleeve. And then we'll start doing our decrease rows and finish off our sleeve. So just do one more row of what you just did. And all of the stitches should be easy and simple to get into now because you've laid that nice foundation. All right, so I'll meet you at the end of this row. All right, so I got to the end here of my second row around, and now we're gonna start some decreases. So what we're gonna do is decrease one, a regular stitch, decrease one, a regular stitch. So I'll show you how to decrease. So we insert our hook, yarn over, pull that through so you've got 3 on the hook, then yarn over and insert into the very next stitch, pull that through. Now you've got 5 on the hook, you're gonna pull through 4, you've got 2 on the hook, and pull through again. So that joined together 2 stitches. And now we do a regular stitch. So to decrease again, we are going into this stitch, pull 1 through, you've got 3 on the hook. In the second stitch, you've got 5 on the hook, you're gonna pull through 4, and then pull through 2. Then you do a regular stitch. So the decrease, then a regular. So we're going decrease, regular, all the way around. All right, so I just finished that decrease row, and now for the 4th row, I am just doing regular double crochets all the way around. No decreases to worry about. So just do that, and I will meet you at the end of this row. So now for row 5, we are going to do exactly what we did on the 3rd row, and do a decrease, then a regular, then a decrease, then a regular, then a decrease, then a regular, all the way around. So we've got our decrease, and then a regular stitch, and then a decrease, and a regular stitch. And now that you're done that decrease row, this is your sleeve, and we are going to make 5 rows of just regular double crochet. So just go around and around 5 times. Alright, so now that you've got your 5 rows, you should have something like this. And now what you're going to do, just to end off, is I've ended near my stitch marker there. And we are going to make a slip stitch, chain 1, pull up a little bit, snip, and tie off. And we've got this. It should be inside out. Alright, so now along the back we're going to add some loops for our string to go through. So how I want to do that is making a slip knot. And we're going to insert our hook just at the base here. Make a slip stitch and chain 4. Now, not too far over, I'm just going to insert it again and make a slip stitch. So then we have this little loop. Then I'm going to make a couple of slip stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3, 4. And then insert with a slip stitch. And then slip stitches, 3 more of them, 1, 2, 3, then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and insert that with a slip stitch, and just keep going all the way up the back so that you've got enough little loops for you to put your straps through and then tie it up all together. So I have all my loops done in the back, so now the very last thing for us to do is to make the strap to make the little crisscross ties. Since I'm using such like a skinny little yarn, I'm actually going to put two pieces together, make a slip knot, and I'm treating these two pieces as if it's just like one slightly bigger piece of yarn. Like I wanted these two pieces just so that it's a little bit more comfortable. And then I'm just gonna make a chain of 150. Depending on your size and how big you made your shirt, you might need more, you might need less. Like I like to overshoot and then like cut it if I need it shorter. But yeah, so just chain 150. I don't know why it's out of focus, but yeah. Alright, so I've got my long string now, and I am just going to find my little loops and just lace it through. And then I will show you what it looks like on. So here's the top in blue when I made it last summer, and like I love this top so much and I actually wear it like a lot. And my favorite way to pair it is with my favorite ruffle skirt, which I actually have a tutorial for, and here's what it looks like. Now here it is in the gold. This it feels like a little bit more fashion. I feel more like Kim K in this color. And then I actually had a subscriber DM me on Instagram and show me that you can wear it backwards. And I actually really like this too. I want to try it with the blue. It's currently in the wash right now, but I totally want to see it in the blue as well. Like, it's so cute. It's a little bit scandalous, but I do like it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to leave me a comment and check me out on Instagram and TikTok. I've got it linked in the description below. Alright, thank you. Bye!